See you, so we were walking out. We were walking out. It's gonna have the videos. Hey, Wendy. Like. Unmute Logan. Thank you. Before we get started with the meeting, I want to give a few rules of the meeting today. A lot of what our meeting covers today are renewable. So that is an opportunity for the commission to hear from those seeking renewal. It is not a public forum. When a charter school first begins in the community, we should have a public forum. That's not what we're doing today. Today, we're having renewal applications and renewal hearings, and that means that the commission will hear from the applicant seeking renewal. It is not a public forum. So we ask that everyone here in the audience and on Zoom remain quiet, because it's important for the commissioners to be able to hear the presentations and what the applicant seeking renewals have to say today. So it is, again, I repeat, it is not a public forum. If anything gets out of hand or anyone decides to speak and it's not your place to do so, you'll be asked to either leave the Zoom and we will remove you from the Zoom, or you'll be asked to leave this meeting. It's important that we conduct ourselves appropriately during this meeting. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. We do have our people on Zoom muted. Do not unmute yourself unless you are in the position to speak for a school and that school has asked you to do so. Otherwise, we're going to ask that everyone remain silent. Again, my name is Logan Searcy. I'm the Executive Director of the Charter School Commission, and I'm very happy that you're all here and involved in the renewal hearings as participants, listening, and happy that you're here. And again, I want to thank Lead Academy, Eric Estel, and their board chairs and former board chairs. Thank you for hosting us today. I love the meeting. I think back to, gosh, the 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago that Lead Academy started and how much it's grown, and it's been exciting to see. Thank you very much for opening up your school for us today. Thank you.
We'll get started. What time is it?
10:00.
10:02.
Okay. Look, I've got so many papers here that I'm looking for my roll. Hmm. Hmm.
Logan, we can't see or hear.
While Logan does the last minute things, I'm gonna take this opportunity just to talk very briefly about Logan and my visit here. And, it's both being educators, educators have a way of coming in and seeing. Let's do this. So we were talking with parents, and I just want to thank you two ladies again for allowing us to come in and actually participate, not just be present as a visitor. You allowed us to use our skill set to participate. And because of that, it was absolutely phenomenal. So thank you again and sharing your table, your program with us. We look forward to another invitation. We're ready. We're ready.
You ready for me to call roll? Sheila Austin.
Here.
Debbie Alvis.
Here.
Baron Hollinger. Ryan Kendall.
Here.
Lakeisha Wheeler.
Yes, here.
Julianne McCulley. Sharon Porterfield.
Here.
Dorothy Houston.
Here.
Marla Green.
Here.
Charles Knight.
Here,
Cynthia McCarty. Jocelyn Reddick.
Here.
Logan, I'm here. This is Cynthia.
Thank you. Javed Khan. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda and minutes?
Second.
Any discussion? Logan, please call for the vote.
Sheila Austin.
Yes.
Debbie Alvis.
Yes.
Baron Hollinger. Ryan Kendall.
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler,
And if you.
Yes.
Julianne McCulley, Sharon Porterfield, Dorothy Houston,
Yes.
Marla Green,
Yes.
Charles Knight,
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty,
Yes.
Jocelyn Reddick,
Yes.
Javed Khan. It passes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to the public comment section. Logan, do we have anyone who correctly applied to publicly comment today?
No, we did not.
Thank you. If not,
Dr. Austin, Dr.
And I-
Austin, we cannot see the video, Dr. Austin.
He's working on it, Commissioner Knight.
Thank you.
Commissioner Knight, what are you saying?
Well, I'm seeing Logan's pictures, all I'm seeing.
There's nobody speaking.
Can you change your view? Commissioner Knight, go to my picture.
Nope. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Yeah.
You got it? Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner Knight, for letting us know.
Okay, thank you very much. We're gonna move on. Logan, is our contract with Boston Bingham expiring soon? And will you please give us the details?
I will. So we have a current contract right now with Bosch and Bingham. And we use the legal services of Attorney Lane Knight, who is here today. We have had a 2-year contract with him for his services. It is up for renewal in January. It would be for a total of the 2 years for $200,000 for the legal services of Lane Knight.
Hey, may I have a motion and a second to renew the contract with Boston Bingham for up to 2 years at $200,000?
So moved.
Any discussion?
Yes, I have a question. How much did we spend this last 2 years?
225.
Thank you.
Didn't spend that much. That was the amount of the contract. Lane can give you the amount that was spent.
Yeah, in fiscal year 2024, my billings were 87,000 last year. To date this year, I'm at 60,000. I think that was through the end of September, so I'm on pace to be a little below 87, I think. But that's where we generally come in, anywhere from 75 to 100, depending on how active legal matters are we have before the commission.
Thank you.
Blaine, thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you very much for what you're doing and how you do it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. It's appreciated. Okay, Logan?
Up
Okay.
for a vote?
Yeah.
Can we cut back on that feedback that we're getting?
Whatever reason, we can turn you on, but if we do, then they don't pay us it.
Okay.
I think that's what we're hearing everybody.
Because my volume.
The microphone and speaker probably.
Do the people up here, Reese? I'm on mute and silence.
It is distracting, because it's,
But then we can't hear anybody on Zoom. So the microphone and the speaker should probably come from the same machine. That's why I think it'd be feedback.
So
Strike you on the
should I do something differently on my end? Okay.
As long as everyone can hear us.
yeah. Logan, please call for a vote.
Okay, Sheila Austin,
Yes.
Debbie Alvis,
Yes.
Debbie Alvis,
can turn my volume up here.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I think it's picking up on mine now. All right, Debbie Alvis. Can you
Yes.
say here again?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Baron Hollinger, Ryan Kendall,
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler,
Yes.
Sharon Porterfield, Dorothy Houston,
Yes.
Marla Green,
Yes.
Charles Knight,
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty,
Yes.
Jocelyn Reddick,
Yes.
Javed Khan. It passes unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to represent the commission and to work with all of you. It's nice to be renewed. So thank you.
Thank you.
I will, Dr. Thacker. Come up here. And so just to be clear, what we're doing, the commission staff, is that we have expanded our capabilities greatly. We have a tremendous staff who can evaluate the academic data of our schools as well as the financial and organizational data. I was happy to that Dr. Thacker moved back to Alabama. We had missed his expertise in academic data, and now we have him working for the commission. So he is going to talk about the academic data of each of the schools prior to the presentation from the schools. So Dr. Thacker.
First of all, it's an honor and a privilege to be here today. I do want to say this in as a preference to what I'm going to talk about. In my time as head of research and development at the State Department, as an assistant state superintendent, and then as a state and dealing with states in my time at ACT, there were many times where I had to look through data for hours and hours and hours to try to find something positive to talk. And I'm happy to say that that is not the case today. So this is not only is it an honor and pleasure to present this, but it's also a real pleasure to look through the data and see what's going on behalf of our students. So with that, this is what I'm going to discuss, and it's going to be a brief discussion because you're going to get a lot more in-depth information from the schools themselves, I'm sure. But this is what I'm going to speak to. Proficiency rates for all subjects and all students. This is going to look a little different than what you see on the report card because what we're looking at, there are 4 levels that all student outcomes are separated into. Needed support, close, meeting and exceeding. Meeting and exceeding are either at or above what the state says is necessary for students to be on track to graduate and be successful in the future. On the report card, you also get 50% of the close, which is just below me. So this will be a little different than what it looks like on the report card. I will say this, all 3 of the schools that we're looking at today have a large percentage in the post category, which means that their grades or the percentages that you'll see on the report cards will be a little bit higher than what you're seeing today. You may ask, well, why am I going this way? Because basically I want you to see the percentage of students in each school that are already at or above where the state says they need to be. I would like to see them. I'll also look at the proficiency in math. Quite frankly, this is not a charter school challenge. It's a public school and a private school challenge. I think it's incumbent upon me to make sure that you understand some of the challenges that are being addressed and how they're being addressed by the schools you're looking at today. And then I want you to see the improvement from 2024 to 2025. I'm happy to state I don't mean to bury the lead, but all three of the schools that we're going to be looking at today did make improvement from 2024 to 2025. Looking at the number of absences, because a lot of people, if you listen to sports, know the old saying, the greatest ability is availability. It's hard not to learn, or it's hard to learn if you're not there on a regular basis. You okay, Debbie?
Yes.
First thing I want to point out on here is improvement year over year. And if you look at lead, all students, all subjects, they had a 5.2% improvement from 24 to 25. When you look at it across the state or in Montgomery County as a whole, you can see their improvement within this school was more than double Montgomery County's and 2.6 percentage points greater than the state as a whole. So if I didn't tell you anything else about Lee, that would show you that they're improving, they're making a difference, and they're moving forward. Now you may say, let's look at 2025 and the percentages and all of that. And yes, the lead is a little bit lower than the other two we're looking at. But I do want to tell you this, they have an exceptionally high number of students in the close category. So 50% of that will be added to their grade when the state determines that, and it's going to make up a substantial amount of that difference. But I think you can see just from this, the amount of improvement that has occurred from 24 to 25 and how they compare to Montgomery County as a whole. And, you know, in their presentation or in presentations about lead, oftentimes Montgomery County's data is broken out into magnet schools and non-magnet schools. I did not do that on here. All of you that are familiar with this area recognize that one of the top 10 high schools in the nation as part of Montgomery County. However, the demographics of Lee are not synonymous with the demographics of the magnet schools in Montgomery County. So it just reinforces the fact that they're overcoming numerous challenges to make the kind of progress that they're making. Proficiency in math. Proficiency in math is a challenge. It's a challenge everywhere. But if you look at the proficiency in math at Lead as opposed to all subjects, you see 10.6%. Once again, they have a large percentage of their students in the close category. But one thing I do want to say about this is that in their application for renewal, they make it clear that they have developed a multifaceted and iterative approach to addressing academic challenges and increasing improvement. One of the things that you may or may not know, and as commission members, I think I touched on this previously with you, math is a lot like a language. If you don't know what a verb, a subject, if you don't know what an adverb or a noun is, you're unlikely to be able to complete sentences and to do really well in writing a paper or something like that. You don't know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. The likelihood of you being able to do quadratic equations is somewhat limited. So a lot of what we're seeing in schools, particularly schools that draw students from other places, is that those students come into these schools and they are lacking in their abilities, their mathematical skills, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, which means that their learning is not going to be a linear learning process. It's going to come in fits as they learn their mathematical computation skills. When I said that Lead has a multifaceted and iterative approach to addressing mathematics, it's both online, it's one-on-one, it's small group, and it addresses mathematics in ways that ensures that those students that are struggling because they have never come in contact or never learned the basics well, get that foundational skills, get those foundational skills so they can do better in the future. Absences I've already spoken to. You have to be there to learn. The absences that Lead, they look like they're large numbers. Please keep in mind that in order to be listed as having too many absences, you have to have 18 excused or unexcused absences. So when I look at this, the total population, as long as this gets below 12 to 14, generally those schools do not have a tremendous problem with students. So that's what I have to share with you about Lead today. Crux of the matter is they're making improvement, and in areas where they still have challenges like math, like other schools, they have a very solid and very complete process in place to address that.
It's good. Yeah.
At this time, Lead Academy can come before us. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Before we start, I am Dr. Webster. I'm the Director of Operations here at Lead Academy.
And I'm Dr. Austin. You Austin. And I'm the Chief Academic Officer here at Lead Academy.
And Mr. Eric Estel is our superintendent. He had to step out for a second, but we will go ahead with the absolute presentation.
All right, give us 1 second here. Sorry. Wait a minute, I gotta go share first. Hang on. Theirs is on the Google Doc. There's gonna be. Right, but I've got to share first. Okay, and is it gonna be this? We want to go back to the beginning of it, don't we? We gotta, excuse us, we have to get back to the beginning. Did you have theirs? Because I wanted to see the one slide. Yeah. We need to go back to the beginning. There we go.
Y'all give us a big thing. Okay, no, so we'll start with this. Okay.
Beginning, I can't see it. Well, it's not got, hang on right here. I need that to go away. Yeah, turquoise. Go back. All right.
Okay, we will start, of course, with our mission and vision here at Lead Academy. And our vision is to build leaders by engaging scholars, focusing on high achievement and developing the whole child to become knowledgeable and productive, well-rounded citizens. And of course, our mission here is to provide innovative programs designed to spark curiosity, maximize learning potential, and continuously improve scholar achievement by empowering them with 21st century skills. We believe in Montgomery, where every child is given the tools they need to be knowledgeable, productive, and well-rounded citizens and lead themselves and our community well. All right, the first person we will have to speak today is our board president, Dr. Elizabeth Hill.
Thank you. I just want to welcome everyone to Lead Academy Montgomery. We're so glad that you're here today and that you've chosen to come out to our new facility that we're awfully proud of. It's a beautiful day today, and this is going to be a beautiful hearing today. And we are just so proud to have you here with us today.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about our enrollment, and then I'll also talk about our staff and some great things that we are proud of. As of yesterday, we have 804 students enrolled here on campus. And to break that down just a little, 72 are students with disabilities, 32 are gifted. Our EL population has taken a big jump to 13, and 625 are economically disadvantaged. I'm also happy to say that as of yesterday, it could have changed this morning, we have 212 students on the wait list, which shows there is a demand for students to come to Lead Academy. All right, this is just a graph to show student enrollment trends over the years. When they first opened in 2021, 551 students, and of course today currently 802 students. So that number has continually grown over the years. All right, what's new here? The last time we was before you, we did not have a Cognia accreditation. I'm so excited. As of October of 2024 last year, LEAD has received accreditation through Cognia. One of our big accomplishments thus far. We also have MOUs with Trenton State, Alabama State, AUM for dual enrollment for our high school scholars. We were recognized as Alabama Purple Star School supporting military families. And also important, what's new is I Teach. I Teach is a program that the State Department uses to help teachers that are not certified become certified. So they may not have had the traditional route. They take coursework, it prepares them for the praxis, the EdTPA, so they can get that alternative certification. And speaking of certification, last time we were before you, only 40% of our teachers were certified. Right now, comparing just those teachers -3, which shows a good retention rate, we're at 83 that are certified or on emergency cert. All right. Now today, 2023, of course, the 40%, of course, we've grown with the number of teachers, but we have 92% that are on emergency cert or have been certified. So we're excited about that. We partner with AUM. They do a job fair each year. So we got a couple of new teachers from AUM this year that we're excited about that are certified. All right, financials will be Russell. Is he on Zoom? He may be on Zoom. Is Russell?
Yes.
on Zoom?
I'm here on Zoom.
All right.
All right. Yeah, just a couple things to point out. So Lead Academy is in really excellent financial shape. Just to kind of point out a couple of areas. So in looking at just their most recent financial statements for the FY25 year, the last ones we prepared for last month, they had approximately 90 days of cash on hand and a little over 4 months in reserves in the fund, general fund. As far as budget to actual, they're right on track with what we've budgeted. And also, since we last met for their renewal, they have paid off the CMP debt completely. So that was paid off early and nothing left is owed on that. And then just kind of in looking towards FY26, as far as the budget that was approved, we're projected to end the 26 year with about 2 months in reserve. And that is with 0 non-recurring or philanthropy dollars. So Lead is actually able to sustain all of their operations strictly on state and federal dollars that they receive at this point. If there are any questions, be happy to answer them.
All right, the academics, how did we do it? I'm just looking at our state scores through the years, starting with the 2021-22 data. We were at 34% proficiency, and I'm sorry for not acknowledging my disclaimer, the data is embargoed. I didn't know if it's going to be a public forum or not, so I chose symbols instead of the actual numbers, but we actually do discuss the numbers a little bit later. But again, looking at the ELA was 24%, math was 3%, proficiency, our growth was 68%. So we weren't doing too well. Fast forward to the 23-24 school data, we have increased that to 40%. Our ELA proficiency was 34.56%. Our math proficiency was 5.17. Our growth was around that 99%. Chronic absenteeism was 24%. But now jumping to the 24-25 school data, and again, calculations are subject to human error. But looking at the academic achievement, we have increased that to approximately 50%. Our ELA approximately 41%, math 10% proficiency, academic growth 100%. We have reduced chronic absenteeism to 17%. So looking at the primary, we jumped from an F from 21-22 to now we're currently standing at a B. For our intermediate, we're hopeful that it will remain close to the same. And for the overall district, we are hoping for a strong grade increase. So, again, how do we do it? I will be the first to say that we have been offered a lot of support. We welcome the support from our ALSDE. Our MTSS from the state came in, they gave us parameters, they helped us write our MTSS guide, which is our multi-tier levels of support. We have support from the OMI, the Office of Mathematics Improvement, ARI, CSI, AMSI, and a lot of these supports we actually reached out to ourselves. But with the OMI, of course, and ARI, they are guided by the Literacy and Numeracy Act, but we really did say, hey, we want help, we need the help us come up with a game plan. It also started with having crucial conversations. With those crucial conversations, we had to take a deep dive into our data. You saw the 21-22, it wasn't pretty. We were at an F and we knew we had to do something. So we had a lot of roundtable discussions. We looked at our instructional practices and we just did a SWOT analysis to see what do we need? Where are we? Where do we want to go? What do we need to do? So with that, we plan, all of our teams plan, we plan from the district level to the school-based level to our problem-solving team level, coupled with our special ed department. So we brought everybody to the table and said, what are our focuses? And that's how we developed our strategic plan. And our strategic plan is based off of LEAD. We wanted to leverage relationships. We knew we needed to build more relationships with our community, with our parents, most importantly, and other stakeholders. Educator development. Being at a charter school, you're not required to be certified, but you are required to be degreed. So we considered our audience and who we were working with, and we knew that getting professional development was paramount. That was paramount to learn those best practices. Academic achievement and growth. Our goal was to align our curriculum with STEM and STEAM. So we wanted to focus, that is our mission, to have STEAM embedded curriculum. So we looked at our pacing guides, we integrated our curriculum, we evaluated the textbooks that we selected. So of course, we selected the books off the state approved list, but we also looked at the ones that we felt would best meet our needs. And lastly, diversification of revenue. So looking at the funds that we got, because we were a CSI school, we had to determine how to spend those funds appropriately. And we did. We invested heavily in instructional paraprofessionals, our reading and math coaches on both levels, the primary and intermediate/high school level, and even programming. So leveraging those relationships, we partnered with, again, AUM, and we currently have about 18 of our scholars who take advantage of dual enrollment. So again, we reached out to our AMSTI technology. We hosted several parent events so that they are involved, but not only involved, know what's going on at Lead Academy on the day-to-day. What are they doing? All right. Educator development. Professional development was paramount. That was most important. Once we did our observations and we had to give the feedback to the teachers, we saw some practices that needed improvement. So that's where we got our vendors in. We had our vendors, our Focus Math, which is our math intervention, our Ready Curriculum Associates. We met during the summer. We met during the school year, whenever we could squeeze it in during our virtual learning days. We took advantage. We even adjusted our academic calendars to get that in. Sorry. Okay, so our academic achievement and growth, we have gone over the scores. Again, our teachers learned small groups, the manipulatives, the hands-on, diversification of revenue, the clubs that we had, the literacy nights, the field trips that we've taken, our parent chat sessions, just letting our parents debrief and understand self-care without discussion of academics.
No
Taking care of
academics, no
yourself.
assessment, no attendance. How do they take care of themselves? Because if they're well, all of the other things will come into place.
Yes, our PBIS, we did monthly events. We reward our perfect attendance. We celebrated for the kids who had positive behavior, did monthly events. And I really, if nothing else plays, well, we did that play. And this is our STEAM.
It's playing.
The sound, well, I'll talk over. That's our kindergarten class, and there's actually a voiceover where they are explaining the parts of the plant and the process, and they're very engaged. We have a partnership with Fortitude Leadership Academy where they come out and they teach leadership skills to our scholars, as well as agriculture. I'm trying to go to the next slide. Same with the intermediate building, providing those STEM and STEAM opportunities for them. For our cybersecurity.
Yes, Montgomery Advertiser recognized our scholars. Our scholars placed 4th out of 12 teams here in Alabama down at the Renaissance a few weeks ago. And we're so excited about that as we go into our STEAM initiative.
And we also have CTE, which is Career and Technical Education. We have our director here, and we do 2 health science and cybersecurity for our CTE. Okay, and our extracurricular clubs, STEAM, journalism, Korean, band. And again, with our performance framework, that was discussed with Mr. Thatcher as well, just regarding our goals and where we are. proud moments. We had 2 teachers recognized by the Charter Commission in 2023 as Teacher of the Year. And we had our first art show that won't play, but it was phenomenal. And the scholars actually had an opportunity to get up and discuss their piece and the motivation behind their pieces.
And so coming soon, next year we'll have our first graduating class of seniors. They're so excited, being the big people on campus. Yes, and also in February, we will be receiving our STEM certification. I'm gonna go ahead and claim it. We're in the process now, and we go before Cogni again for STEM certification in February.
And then our high school, let me step in there. It says lead it. Yes, if you look in the back, we have a new high school in the back, but that's actually the new construction. So we're coming in the future, we're working with our architects as we speak to have our new high school building built on this property. We will stay on this property for all 3 of our campuses.
Okay. So with that being said, in closing, and hopefully we're under our 15 minutes, the Lead Academy is seeking their 5-year charter renewal. We've demonstrated growth in the community and a desire for public school option. And we have gained so many strategic partnerships over the last few years. So thank you very much.
Sorry, I had to step on. I did want to say one. I know I was on the finance page. We just had an emergency, and both of my principals are in New York looking at charter schools with the accelerator program for New Schools for Alabama. So I had to literally run. But some of us still out of breath, out of shape for that, but just ran to the primary building and back. I wanted to talk about the financials real quick because there's one major piece that we are requesting from the commission, and that is to have a 3rd cost center next year, starting next school year. So we're looking at aligning our cost centers with the traditional public schools so that we have a K-5, a 6-8, and a 9-12. And we feel we need to do that because now that we have college and career readiness scoring in our high school, we need to have a high school cost center that is separate from our middle junior high school. So we are requesting with our renewal that next year, when we put in our information to Ethan, that we will be able to put in 3 costs, an elementary, a junior high, and a high school cost.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And Logan and I have had the honor of being here, as I stated, and it's good. An observation, we were focused. Really like, remember we did that, remember we did that. So congratulations to you. You keep going. Listen, the smiles on those faces make you more. All the gas you need. Yes. That'll keep you moving. Congratulations. Without any further delay or discussion, Logan, please call for the vote. Okay, well, let's start here. Okay.
So just for the commissioners to know that with renewal, you have 3 options. You have a motion to approve the renewal for 5 years. You can also have a motion to approve for a shorter term, or you can have a vote to renew. You will have discussion after a motion is made, but one of the commissioners needs to make one of those 3 options are your choices that you want today.
Madam Chairperson, I make the recommendation that I make the motion that we renew Lead Academy for a 5-year charter renewal.
Any discussion?
Yes. Yes, so the 2 ladies, Dr. and Dr., would you all come forward?
She can't second.
First of all, I am so impressed.
Thank you.
As I was driving down, I thought. So congratulations on all your achievements.
Thank you.
But as you see, I took notes.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have a question.
Okay.
One of your achievements was I teach. How many teachers now do you have in that program?
Right now, we have a cohort of 5.
Okay, next question, and this might be for some of your classroom teachers. Do you have any here?
No.
Okay, well, maybe you can answer this. Your math scores were low.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know what's going on in the classroom, not your resources, because you showed us resources. That's all great and wonderful. but break it down. What is actually going on in your classrooms to increase your math scores?
So our teachers have gone through rigorous training, and again, we receive the support of OMI. So with that, they do side-by-side coaching, they're providing the feedback, we're doing small group instruction. And even with the programs that we purchased, one is high dosage tutoring, where our kids receive individualized tutoring instruction. And we also utilize Focus Math, which is our math intervention program that they receive small group daily.
We recently received a grant, and we will be placing 2 math interventionists that actually go into a classroom. You know, with OMI, they have so many stipulations on, they can't be in the classroom, they can't work with kids. So now these are under LEADS rules, so they can go and push into those classrooms with those teachers.
And are they familiar with the Numeracy Act?
Yes, that was a requirement. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, as you know, I was, or may not know, I was here in the beginning, and to see the growth and the potential, and it just does my heart so good. So congratulations, and I'm just very, very happy for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I would make a recommendation. Can you include the renewal motion to include the new cost center for the, or can you add that to the motion?
Madam Chairperson, I make the recommendation, the motion, that we renew League Academy for a 5-year charter renewal, which would include the 3rd cost center.
So we have a motion to renew for 5 years, so that would be technically an amendment, so we need to vote on the amendment. So we have as I understand it, a motion to amend the original motion to renew for 5 years to add a call center. So that would have to be seconded. We vote on it, that will become part of the original motion.
All right.
I second.
Who's the second?
Yes, this is Jocelyn.
Jocelyn? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Discussion on the amendment.
Question on the agenda. Are there any questions on?
My question is, what's our normal process for approving a 3rd cost center? And are we within that if we approve the amendment, or do we need to do that separately?
We are, and so typically we work with the State Department of Education on new cost centers. They have to meet certain parameters set by the State Department. Usually it's 250 in each cost center. So, but you have to do it a year ahead so that it can be something that even Taylor works out. And so they would have to meet those parameters with the department. So you are agreeing to renew with your approval. Ultimately, it's the department who will make the decision on whether they actually get another cost center. So they would have to meet the department's parameters. And so this puts them in the queue to have that renewal. I had that extra cost center.
Do we have any contractual capacity considerations for the renewal? So like, are all the cost centers, do we need to change capacity to where the ceiling is high enough to where they can get the 240 and qualify?
Yes, it is part of their contract, the charter contract.
Their capacity at the high school level would be higher than 250. And you're like building capacity is also.
They're building capacity, they're getting to add with the cost center, they get additional units, another principal unit, another librarian, I think. And so mental health coordinator, things like that, they add, which is one of the reasons the new cost center is so important to our charter schools.
So will this be for this coming year, 26, 27 school, academic schools?
If approved by the department, yes. Ultimately, you're approving that it's okay, and if they're a school in good standing, essentially, the department will make that ultimate choice.
That's all my questions.
Any further questions? Okay, hearing none.
Okay, and then to be clear, we're voting on the amendment at this point. So if we go through and this amendment passes, it will become part of the original motion, and then we'll have to vote on it. So you hoops that jump through. We'll get there.
Sheila Austin? Yes. Debbie Ellis? Baron Hollinger? Ryan Kendall?
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler?
Yes.
Sharon Porterfield,
Yes.
Dorothy Houston,
Yes.
Marla Green,
Yes.
Charles Knight,
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty, Jocelyn Reddick,
Yes.
Javed Khan.
Did you call Wheeler? Did you call?
Lakeisha Wheeler, yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. Did Commissioner McCarty respond? Did she say yes?
She's been kicked off the internet, so she's in the boarding person's building on the bottom floor. So her surface is a little spotty.
All right.
So we have Dr. Austin,
I have 9 yes.
Dr. Austin, Ryan Kendall, Lakeisha Wheeler, Sharon Porterfield, Dorothy Houston, Marla Green, Charles Knight, Jocelyn Reddick. I count 8.
7, 8, 9. Austin, Alvis, Green, Houston, Kendall, Knight, Porterfield, Reddick, Wheeler. Is that correct? 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9.
Okay.
It passes.
It passes. Yeah.
No problem.
So do we need to make the motion again?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Don't need the motion that's on the table has now been amended to include, the additional call center has been approved. So now we'll be voting. We'll probably need to have discussion, because I don't know that we finished discussion on the original motion, and then we'll go to a vote on the original motion as amended.
So I would say we're voting now on the complete motion.
Sheila Austin,
Yes.
Debbie Alvis,
Yes.
Baron Hollinger, Ryan Kendall,
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler.
Yes.
Sharon Porterfield,
Yes.
Sorry.
Dorothy Houston. Dorothy Houston,
Yes.
Marla Green,
Yes.
Charles Knight,
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty,
Yes.
okay, that was Cynthia McCarty, Jocelyn Reddick,
Yes.
Dorothy Houston. She stepped out, but it is unanimous.
She said.
She said
Okay,
yes. She did say
okay.
yes.
It sounded like Cynthia McCarty. Okay,
All right.
all right, thank you. It was unanimous, it passes. We now bring up the next one.
Yes.
Okay, we now have to vote on the resolution to make it a form of approval for 5 years. So at this time, Lane.
Right, everybody's gonna receive a resolution from Alyssa Cook, who is my colleague. And it is a resolution for a 5-year. She's at her computer, so she was able to amend it to include the approval, the commission approval for the call center. So check your emails, it should be coming any moment. And once we have that, we can go to a vote. I do have a hard copy, but it won't include the amendment. This is, the hard copy, except again, it's won't be exactly, make sure you get it on the email, because it does include the amendment link, but. Got it. But my Allen track, that one. Different. Okay. They are, they've had time, everybody's had time to review it, but
Okay, well, I have a motion to, the document to be signed, a motion to approve the resolution of the. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution for Lead Academy?
Motion to approve.
second.
Second. Okay, Logan, please. Any discussion? Logan, please call for the vote.
Tina Austin.
Yes.
Debbie Alvis.
Yes.
Ryan Kendall.
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler.
Yes.
Sharon Porterfield.
Yes.
Dorothy Houston. Marla Green.
Yes.
Charles Knight.
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Dawson Reddick.
Yes.
It's unanimous. It passes. Oh, Baron Hollinger, sorry, I didn't realize that. Hollinger was on. Baron Hollinger
Yes.
Oh, he must have.
and Dorothy Houston. I didn't hear your vote. It passes unanimously.
Very good. Dr. Packard, thank you for your patience. No, we appreciate you. Logan, we can introduce the next item on the agenda that allows Dr. Packard to present the relevant act.
We have we are having the hearing for the renewal of Breakthrough Charter School. And Dr. Thacker is going to present the academic data before we ask Breakthrough to come.
Yeah, that's the one that you got. Do we go back to the other?
While they're getting ready, it's important to note that their academic, financial, and organizational data from the charter schools is over the past 4 years that they have been in existence. Every year, the Charter School Commission does an analysis
Can you get there?
and reports on that performance to our public. And that is important to note because in the renewal process, we're going through several years of data to decide whether the school is going to be renewed for 5 years, a shorter term, or not renewed. But our analysis is based on the legal compliance of those 3 areas.
academics, organization, we can call it operations, and finance. The State Department of Education does do compliance monitoring on our charter schools because they are public schools. So they go through an intense compliance monitoring, just as if any other school system in the state of Alabama would go through. So they must be legally compliant. The Charter School Commission staff also does compliance. So there's two sets of compliance issues that they must address. Is it from the Charter School Commission staff and from the State Department of Education? Because we are both charged with the oversight of charter schools. So there's more accountability, not less accountability in our charter schools in Alabama. Thank you, Dr.
Since we've already gone through the explanations and all that on the first one, I'm just going to quickly go through this because I realized almost immediately after you came to the podium that what you had to say was far more interesting than what I had. So, the crux of the matter, I do want to start with this one thing. Close to 70% of the children in Perry County live in poverty. So that has got to be the lens through which we look at the data on breakthrough in Perry County. Because there's a correlation that's been done. I do a correlation amongst all schools in the state and then all high schools in the state between poverty level and educational outcomes. And it's a minus 0.71 in high schools, meaning that when poverty level goes up, academic achievement for the most part goes down about 7, a corresponding 0.7% of the amount it goes up. That's in high schools. In all other schools, it's a 0.64. So it's very rare that you see that kind of correlation in social sciences because so many things go into impact outcomes in social sciences. So what I can say is it's a very, very strong correlation. And we'll get to that on the next one as well. But I do want to say this. One of the things that we want to concentrate on in these schools, all the schools that we're considering today, is growth. And you can see the difference in breakthrough between 24 and 25 in all subjects. It's a 4% increase. And when we look at 4%, we say, well, how much is 4%? Well, 4% is 1.6% higher than the state as a whole. So they are saddled is the wrong word, but they're addressing immense challenges because of the extremely high poverty level that they have in their school. And then you look at math. Math is a challenge just like it was in LEAD. LEAD is addressing it as well. You'll see that math is a challenge. If you look at the data, when the report cards come out, you can see that math is a challenge statewide. But one of the things I want to say, and they'll probably address this themselves, so I don't want to spend a lot of time, and then I can sit back down. They've looked at math and they've looked at reading, and they've hired interventionists that work with people that are struggling on a daily basis. They get these individuals in. Their plan is to get these individuals in small groups, and individuals work with them on a continual basis, which allows the teachers in the classrooms themselves to concentrate on tier 1 and tier 2 instruction rather than having to go through tier 3 all the time. So they've taken an intelligent approach to addressing the challenges that they're facing, much like LEAD has done, and you heard previously. With that, I mean, the absences are down for them. This is on there just as some information for you, but happily, and you're going to see this in all 3 of the schools we look at today, there has been growth from 24 to 25, which means that all the schools that we're addressing today are moving in the right direction. So with that, I'll sit down and let the interesting folks.
Morning, everybody. I'll wait for my beautiful PowerPoint to come up.
What is, what? What's happening? Why didn't this go live? What?
Replace the current share.
Okay, This is so interesting. We apologize because we're asking it to do one thing and it's doing something else.
No, it's just on that one.
Okay. I was gonna share and let's see what happens.
It's just not on this one. Share. Yeah, allow. Yeah, allow.
Didn't download it on mine.
It's being shared, it's just not being put up there on that screen.
Right. It's saying it's here.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
on here, it's just not on.
showing it
that
here, but it
board.
isn't doing
It's not
that.
on their board, on the
We,
main. Yes,
No, it's not showing on
yeah, we needed to show on. Project.
like it needs to go up there through this. to be
So
the-
do I need to switch my computer?
Well, but then I,
Oh, you
you wanna
plugged
get
it.
up? Do you wanna switch computers?
No, it should be fine.
Oh, it's on hers. Oh, it should be long enough. I got a longer cable.
Yeah. Actually, I don't. I just put it in my.
Yeah.
She doesn't have one of those on there. That's why we had to do this.
So we need to probably.
She's gonna have to come back. I mean, do you need to move over to mine?
Yes. Can we get out this one?
It is, never done. It's long to be really prepared.
Okay.
There you go.
It's shared.
Okay, it's shared, Peggy.
Okay, let me get back to
It
it.
says access was updated.
Here, go click on it. Yes, click that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll hit Magic City.
There we go.
There. Go to slides.
Where is it now?
Go to slideshow, and then hit the arrow. Hit the arrow.
Just be able to click slideshow and it should present.
Start from
Click the
beginning.
Slideshow button.
Start from beginning. Now, it doesn't have the change on it.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
It sure does.
Okay, good.
Okay. All righty, I'll get started now. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Darren Ramallah. I'm the superintendent at Breakthrough Charter School in Perry County, Alabama. Every time I come before the commission, it's not too often I get to do so, but when I do, I always like telling people, if you can, come see our campus, because I can show you pictures, I can present data, I can tell stories, but it's different when you're able to come to campus. So what I've tried to do in this presentation through pictures and through my words, and then soon through the testimony of a student, give you an idea of what the culture is like at Breakthrough Charter School in our building. So that's an idea of what we look like right there. So we opened in 2021, 2022 as Alabama's second rural charter school. So the second rural charter school in the state. We opened serving grades pre-K through 8. We've added a grade level every year since then. We now serve grades pre-K through 12. Our first graduating class will graduate this May, and we're very excited about that. Thank you. We currently serve nearly 400 students across 4 rural counties. And what I always love to tell people about Breakthrough Story is this was not Darren Ramallah's idea to bring a charter school to Perry County. I'm originally from California. I'm a Teach for America teacher. That's how I got here all these years ago. I was teaching in Uniontown in Perry County, and parents in the public and private schools were dissatisfied with what they were seeing in the community and wanted to bring about change. At the time, I was in school pursuing my master's degree from Columbia in school leadership, and I was approached about being able to help bring the school to fruition. And if you would have told me in 2018, this is what I would have been doing, I wouldn't have believed you. And here we are. So a huge thing about what we believe in, hands-on learning, service learning opportunities, project-based learning. So you're going to see a lot of our students completing cumulative units where they're going to be participating in some engaging activities. We're in the community. The community is also coming into the school as well to be able to offer different opportunities for students that are more hands-on and more innovative, to give students the opportunity to engage with content in a way that seems or appears more applicable. So they're able to retain the information in a more meaningful way. What are our academic offerings that I want to say that are innovative for us? And I think Dr. Thacker did an excellent job of grounding in the fact that we are in a high poverty rural area. So some of these things that you're seeing on the screen that might seem typical or expected in somewhere like a Birmingham or Montgomery or Mobile, you're not going to see in Perry County. So we offer art and STEM elective classes. All K-6 students participate in these 2 times weekly. We have certified teachers that are working in those classes every day. We have foreign language infusion. We're very thankful to have a teacher who speaks Spanish fluently, so we are able to do weekly Spanish instruction with our upper elementary students, and then we offer Spanish 1 and 2 to our sophomore and junior students when they get to secondary level. As Dr. Thacker mentioned, for reading and math, we do have intervention teachers that target tier 3 instruction, also help with pullout and support services that way. Helping our teachers improve, student achievement in mathematics and in reading, which has been incredibly helpful, especially now that we've adopted some curriculum that I think is really going to be transformative with our math. Dual enrollment opportunities that we have, we are grateful to be partnering with Wallace Community College in Selma, Marion Military Institute in town, and UA Early College. We have several students that are taking college courses through the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. And then our career coach and counseling sessions, we have been really working the past 2 years to offer targeted college and industry tours to make sure students have exposure to different post-secondary opportunities beyond.
Hang on, we're gonna share screen.
She didn't share her screen.
Wait.
I will say when the picture pops back up, what the students are doing in their Spanish 1 class in 10th grade, they were, I think, making salsa, is what you're seeing in that picture there. Trying authentic salsa. Slideshow.
You can
Oh, goodness there, no worries. All right, so I do want to talk about some of our academic accomplishments. Now, I know Dr. Thacker did a wonderful job of highlighting the fact that we have demonstrated growth in all tested areas this year with reading, math, and science. I want to particularly stress too, it's not on the screen, how we're significantly outperforming Perry County schools when it comes to English, more than 20 percentage points compared to traditional public schools when it comes to our academic achievement, more than 20 percentage points in science as well. Math, we're a little closer, but we're working to, improve that. More than 75% of our teachers are certified teachers. Now, we have not received official board of accreditation. We have been recommended for accreditation by Cognia. They are voting to accreditate at the end of this month. So I'm hoping to report back and tell you at the end of this month that we are officially accredited by Cognia, but that's where we're at right now. I did mention the growth in all ACAPS tested areas. I also want to highlight that 94% of our third graders tested sufficiency for third grade ELA, which has been great for us as well. The data I want to show you on here is different than what you'll see from the state, because what we were working with New Schools for Alabama to figure out is if a student's been attending breakthrough charter schools longer, are they performing better academically? And when you look at the chart that you're seeing right here, the longer a student has been at breakthrough charter school, you're seeing that level of proficiency is increasing. And this is data that we want to continue to track, showing that when students are coming to breakthrough charter school, we really are seeing authentic learning taking place, and we're seeing that being in our space is making a difference. Extracurricular achievements. So year one, we offered dance class and Pokemon Club. I was the Pokemon Club advisor. I sat there and let them do their thing because I don't know anything about Pokemon. In year five, now we have several organizations that are academic and athletic. So Student Government, Future Business Leaders of America, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, LifeSmart, Kappa Pearls was started last year by one of our PE teachers, and then a plethora of sports that you can see up there as well. We had our first football season this year. It was tough, but we hung in there. We hung in there. So a ton of extracurricular opportunities on top of curricular opportunities at the school. Operational achievements. I do want to point out James Spann is in this picture. James Spann comes to Breakthrough every single year since we've opened to speak to our students, and he is a big supporter of the work we're doing there. We offer bus transportation with centralized drop-off and pickup locations to allow students to be able to have access to us from a variety of areas, because we're in a rural space. We have to go to different areas in rural counties to pick up families and meet them where they are. We are a community eligible provision school, so we're able to offer free breakfast and lunch for all of our students every day. In our very early on pictures, Lead Academy bought some of the buildings we're in, but that we also have as well. So we got to share a campus that once they finish their building. So we now have an administrative building and a secondary building for our high school students, which is exciting. And then since we've opened, we've had a contractual partnership with New Schools for Alabama, offering back office support, working with Russell as Lead Academy is as well. So our financial solvency. I want to just talk about a couple of things that I'm really proud of. When you look at our FY25 budget, cash days we have 55 days cash on hand, about 3.12 months of reserve. We were able to go into this fiscal year without having to rely on philanthropy for any of our staffing positions. So we've worked several years to be very, very frugal, to be very, very intentional about making sure our enrollment reflects the needs of our students, or our enrollment reflects the needs of our staffing, I should say. And then also, we are consistently fundraising to reduce extracurricular costs for students. As was mentioned, we are in a high poverty area, and we have a lot of our students that play, as my student will tell you, several sports and does several clubs, and we try to offer opportunities to lower those costs. And then again, we also work as a staff with our contracted partners collaboratively to ensure that purchases meet the needs of the school and needs of the students. So I want to address opportunities for growth, because I want to recognize as Breakthrough Charter School, we're doing a lot really well, but there's always opportunity to grow. Improve math achievement, specifically with our improve achievement data, specifically with our math. So what are we doing to address the fact that our math proficiency is low? This is our second year having an OMI coach. So we are working with Office of Mathematics Instruction, similar to Lead Academy, where they're going into classrooms, coaching teachers, offering that additional support as they need to. We're looking at adopting a progress monitoring tool for math. ARI does a wonderful job with that. We have a lot of progress monitoring we can do with dibbles and things like that. When it comes to our math curriculum, which we actually just transitioned to last year, there isn't really an effective progress monitoring tool built into iReady. So we're trying to find something where we can more consistently monitor what our students are doing weekly in math to see where are the gaps that we're seeing and how can we address those gaps in an efficient way. I do also want to mention that our K through 3 teachers, we have 2 sections per grade level that also share a teaching assistant. So when we're talking about our tier 1 and tier 2 instruction happening in the classroom, there's a teaching assistant that's also working and pulling kids that are also helping with progress monitoring. Also, it's almost like they have 2 teachers in one classroom. So I want to make sure I mention that as well. Also making sure my administrative team is really looking at our tier 2 instruction and documentation, making sure tier 2 instruction should be changing frequently, looking at that tier 2 instruction and making sure we're making the necessary adjustments based on the data that we're seeing, really being data driven, not making it a buzzword, making it a reality that we're seeing in our building every day. Timeliness of reporting. Sometimes when you have 2 people working in your central office, me and my ops director, sometimes we don't get things turned in directly on time. We're working on that. Part of it is adding to our administrative team. This year I have a SPED coordinator full-time. I have a CNP coordinator full-time, a part-time EL coordinator, a part-time 504 card coordinator, a contracted gifted specialist. Things that me and my ops director were doing, we're able to use other people to help us meet these requirements that the ALSDE is wanting us to fulfill. Making sure that we're attending workshops and additional training offered by the State Department and the Alabama Association of School Boards, working with my school board to make sure they are working to be compliant with what we need to be doing when it comes to reporting. And then again, I continued partnership with New Schools for Alabama. They have done a lot to help us get where we need to go. In year 1, we were flying the ship or flying the plane without, while we were building it. And sometimes we were out there trying to function. New Schools for Alabama came in and helped us really solidify that as well. Looking ahead, what are we wanting to do? We want to really start implementing CTE programs. You didn't hear us talk about that very much because we're not quite there yet. We're trying to get there. We're looking to partner with local community colleges and area schools so we can offer more of those trades. We're also looking to adopt more STEM programming for secondary students. One of my board members who's here today, Dr. David Marshall, and I have been looking at different federal grants to help us be able to secure some of this funding to offer these opportunities to students. We want to expand dual enrollment opportunities offered as well. I'm proud to say 94% of our seniors have taken or are taking a dual enrollment class right now, which is huge for us. We're very excited and proud of that. And then, of course, continuing to monitor our academic growth and achievement, looking at progress monitoring, continuing to use our RTI and TSS systems that are in place. Those have been refined and perfected year after year after year. I have an incredible team of interventionists and coaches that I call my intervention dream team, that when we have our RTI meetings led by my principal, we have very meaningful, intentional, targeted discussions about what can we do to help improve student achievement. Now, I can talk all day long. As you can tell, and I'm sorry for that too. I know my voice when I get nervous, I start talking really fast. So I apologize for that. But again, I can show you pictures, I can do everything and tell you what I think is great about Breakthrough. But I wanted to give an opportunity for one of our students to also be able to speak and kind of share his experience at Breakthrough. So this is Caleb Brooks. He's a 12th grader. His future goals, you can't see it on the screen right here, but he wants to graduate from college, he wants to start his own business. He wants to own a Camaro ZL1 after he graduates and gets his business started, and then eventually own his own home with enough land for a horse or 2. So I'm going to let Caleb go ahead and share his.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As he said, my name is Caleb. I am from a rural town called Mary, and I have lived there my whole life. I'm now a senior at Breakthrough Charter School. I transferred to Breakthrough my freshman year in high school. I was very hesitant to make the switch from a traditional public school to a charter school that was only open for a year. Now that I experienced both worlds, I can truly say I made one of the best decisions of my life.
Wow.
Coming to Breakthrough at my old public school, I was afraid to ask questions or even ask for help because I feel like my teachers ain't really care. At Breakthrough, I can ask as many questions as I need to understand the assignment. I also feel like my teachers are here not just for work or income, but to help the students be the best person they can be. Being at Breakthrough helped me not only academically, but helped me to come out my shell. I learned that I'm a natural leader. I was selected to be vice president for both Future Business Leader of America and Student Government Association. The staffs at Breakthrough pushed me so much to the point where I want to attend a top 5 HBCU after high school. The school has been a huge blessing for me, and I think I can truly say the same for us. Please vote to renew Breakthrough Charter School so it can continue to change lives like it changed mine. Thank you.
I can't top that.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Are you done?
I'm done. Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna make you stand there. Well, you see, it's awesome. I'm like, that's good. Okay, commissioners, again, you got three options. You can make a motion to approve the renewal for 5 years. You can make a motion to approve for a shorter term. Lastly, you can make a motion to non-renew.
Commissioner Austin, I make the motion that we renew Breakthrough Charter School for a period of 3 years.
Give me a second.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes.
Can't
help it. Can he come back to?
Yes, sorry. Sit down.
No, you're okay.
In your presentation, you kept, and I've heard this a number of times in your presentation today about being from a high poverty area.
Yes, ma'am.
So am I. So my question is, why keep repeating that? Are you using it as a reason to get more funding, to get a renewal? Or you think it's part of the bigger scheme to announce that Breakthrough is located in a poverty-stricken area?
No, ma'am. I think what's important for me is recognizing almost more so that we're in a, I guess, poverty-stricken area, being in a rural area as well. I think for me, that's one of the more important points that I want to make sure I'm emphasizing, because so many of our students are coming from a unique rural experience where they don't have access to the same opportunities they might have in a Birmingham or Montgomery or Mobile or anything like that. So I think in part, my point in making sure we're talking not about just, high poverty, but also being rural, recognizing that when it comes to opportunities, our students just don't have the same access to resources they would in the city in Mobile or Montgomery.
And do you think that makes a difference?
Sometimes, yes, ma'am. I feel like sometimes we don't have access to the same opportunities when it comes to partnering with bigger businesses or opportunities for students to be able to do things we're wanting to do, like with career tech education, because we don't have a college that offers that in our area. We used to have Judson College. Unfortunately, it closed. Marion Military Institute isn't geared towards those opportunities or offerings. They're geared towards more military focused things as well. I think in part, there are just those bigger businesses that we just don't have the same access to, where they could come in and do more with our school. We're having to venture out further to be able to do things.
Then the 4 rural counties that you serve, which counties are those?
It's Perry, Bibb, Dallas, and Hale.
I don't know why I'm the only one asking questions. Okay, it's my day. Okay, let's talk about your organization. And you mentioned something about that earlier. Board meeting times, locations on the website, minutes not available on the website. And I think I heard you say, correct me if I'm wrong, that it's only 2 of you. Did I hear that?
For that are working as I would call our central office staff. Yes, ma'am.
So are you using that again as an excuse for not turning things in on time or placing them on the website because it's only 2 of you?
In part, ma'am, I think what I'm hoping to try to do is just like, I don't want to use it as an excuse per se. I want to just, yes, I want to say the reality of when there are 2 people and there's several different things to report, sometimes things are going to slip through the crack, not due to any intentional purposes. It's just dealing with a lot, which is why I think, we were struggling early on when we were starting, opening the school. It was a matter of, do I try to make sure I'm being financially responsible, do as much as I can, or am I trying to hire a bunch of administrators to where I'm trying to kind of limit that burden, I guess, to try to make sure nothing is slipping through the cracks. And that's why I think now that we've grown, we've had more financial opportunities, I guess I should say, our numbers have increased, so our budget has increased, being able to help delegate some of those things. So it's not just falling on me and not just falling on my operations director as well. And then also working let me think, working with, my board members as well, trying to get them trained to what they need to be doing to make sure, we're meeting those compliance things as well.
Do you have any board members here today?
No, ma'am. Oh, Dr. Marshall, my board is one of my board members here. Yes, ma'am.
Where are you?
He's right here.
So as a board member, how do you feel about breakthrough?
I feel very positive about it.
Do you have children in the school?
I do not.
Do you have school-aged children?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Thank you.
I have a final comment. It came up for a 3-year renewal. What's your feeling on a 3-year renewal?
I mean, of course, I would rather have a 5-year renewal, of course. I would rather be able to have longer and more opportunities to be able to, the longer our renewal time, the longer I can tell our communities and our families at school will be in existence to be able to serve them as our enrollment has continued to grow. So for me, 5-year renewal, I can go back and tell my families that I can tell you with certainty for the next 5 years, Breakthrough Charter School will be here. And if you have an 8th grader or a 7th grader enrolled in our school now, they'll be able to graduate from Breakthrough Charter School in 5 years' time.
And a backup question to that, what would be 2 things you would do ASAP, knowing you have 5 years? What would you say?
Well, I think a huge part of it, and that's why I wanted to make sure I addressed it in my presentation, is the reporting side. Absolutely, making sure that we are working to ensure every party who is responsible for what reporting and making sure it's submitted to the State Department on time. Working to make sure everyone is aware and familiar. A lot of the themes, I think for me, I jumped from a classroom teacher to a school founder. I taught for 6 years, and I used to tell people a lot of the time, the theme of the first 2 years is I don't know what I don't know. And I'm very transparent about that. There are a lot of, I don't want to come in assuming I know everything and know how to do everything. Because I don't, and I don't want to pretend any other way. So I think for me, the first thing would be making sure I'm working with the appropriate parties to make sure our reporting is done exactly on time as it needs to be. And if there's not going to be something timely, communicating with whoever that is to be able to explain why it's not being communicated on time. And then, of course, I think the second thing goes down to, again, my math scores. I think that's a huge thing where I'm interested to see how we do now with 2 years of this iReady curriculum, because we had so many kids in level 1. We have so many in level 2, and I'm hoping that with our math coaching, with some of the intentional steps we're taking here, I want to make sure we can get those kids pushed over from level 2 to level 3 so we can really be, a leader in math in not only Perry County, but in the area we're serving.
Any other questions, comments? What comment?
Sheila Austin,
Yes.
Debbie Alvis,
Yes.
Ryan Kendall,
Yes.
Baron Hollinger,
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler.
Yeah.
Sharon Porterfield,
Yes.
Dorothy Houston,
Yes.
Marla Green,
Yes.
Charles Knight. Charles Knight. Cynthia McCarty,
Yes.
Jocelyn Redditt. Jocelyn Redditt. Charles Knight.
Oh, this is Jocelyn. Yes. I'm in an area. It's going in and out. I'm sorry.
So it passes unanimously.
Thank you.
My vote was no.
Whoa, wait, that's Mr. Knight.
Your vote was no? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Logan, would you please introduce the next item?
We have a resolution to formalize the approval for Breakthrough Charter Schools renewal for 3 years. And Lane at this time will be sharing the resolution with all of you, or Ms. Cook will.
Yeah. Should be coming over like have a hard job.
Tactical trustee. Thank you. I'm trying to read the.
Everybody go get the resolution.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Local, can we please call for a vote? We need a motion, sorry. We need a motion and a second for the resolution of breakthrough. That's it.
Who, I'm sorry, who was the second?
That's it. Any discussion? Local, please call for a vote.
Sheila Austin.
Yes.
Debbie Alvis.
Yes.
Darren Hollinger.
Yes.
Ryan Kendall.
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler.
Yes.
Sharon Porterfield. Dorothy Houston. Dorothy
Yes. Yes.
Marla Green.
Yes.
Charles Knight.
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty.
Yes.
Jocelyn Reddick.
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
Good. So will you please introduce the next item?
Well, the next item is going to be a break for lunch. So we want to thank Lead Academy for treat today, and those of you who are not saying the break for lunch, you may go somewhere quickly. And we will resume in 45 minutes. We will resume in 45 minutes. So we are going to adjourn the meeting and call it back to order in 45 minutes. It is now 11:40.
We do have lunch for the employees of the preschools. And
So thank you.
So you will
Meeting
stay
is
all-
paused. Sheila Austin here. Debbie Alvis. Baron Hollinger. There's on the phone. I said,
Here.
Okay, Ryan Kendall. Lakeisha Wheeler.
I saw her name.
Yeah, here.
Okay. Sharon Porterfield here. Dorothy Houston. I saw Dorothy. Dorothy, you're on mute. I'll come back. Marla Green here. Charles Knight.
Here.
Cynthia McCarty.
Here.
Jocelyn Reddick. Jocelyn Reddick.
I didn't see her name.
We do have a form, don't we think?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, we have a form. Thank you.
Were you gonna go back and check with Dr. Houston again? She didn't ever answer.
Dorothy Houston.
Okay.
So our next.
Here.
In the nick of time.
Our next is the consideration of the renewal of Magic City Acceptance Academy. And if Dr. Thacker will please come and present the relevant academic data.
Right, you're gonna pick up from there, Dr. Thacker?
What's that?
Are you picking up from there?
Yeah, that's fine. Just
Slide.
wherever you start, I'll go to.
Hang on. Slideshow from current slide.
By the way, we've got 2 slides that I need to go through. I hope that I'm interesting enough that after lunch, this is not a snore, or remains a snore-free zone, so. All right, Magic City. As I said before lunch, I thoroughly enjoyed looking through the data sets for all the schools we're looking at today, because ostensibly, the data indicates there are positive things happening in all 3 of the schools we're looking at. One of the things you will notice about Magic City is even though it has a free and reduced lunch percentage that is slightly higher than the state average, their outcomes are very similar to the state average. The second thing you'll notice here is that I don't have a system comparison like I did for the first two. I've added one slide to explain why that's the case, because as I'm sure they will tell you when they get up here, they draw students from 34 different zip codes in 37 different school districts. So it's kind of hard to go through. I will say, you'll say, well, why didn't you just take the averages of those districts? Well, when you're only drawing one or two students from a district, I don't think any one person in this room represents the entire room. So you introduce too much standard error into a measure if you do it in that way. So we had to find another way to look at districts with which to compare them to, and I'll explain that in just a moment. But as you can see, proficiency, all subjects grades 6 through 8 in high school, their numbers are comparable to the state average. And if you look down at math proficiency, the numbers are slightly lower than the state average, but you do notice that their improvement is larger than the improvement of the state average from 24 to 25. And then you'll find that the absenteeism at Magic City falls closer to the lower of the two schools that we looked at today, but it's right in the middle of the three schools altogether. So I think this basically represents a very positive data set. But then again, there again, you're asking, well, why didn't we compare them to other districts? Well, if we only compared them to Birmingham City and Jefferson County, first of all, we'd only be comparing 61% of the students. But other than that, those are the two largest from which they draw. But you've also got all these others: Jefferson County, Birmingham City, Hoover City, Homewood City, Vestavia Hills. But even if you took all of those into consideration, you still have 18% other. And you cannot, in good conscience, compare anything in a high stakes situation when you're leaving out 18% of the student population. So how do we compare Magic City to other systems in the state? Well, I told you earlier that there's a very, very strong correlation between free and reduced meals, economically disadvantaged percentages, and outcomes. It's a minus 0.71. So what I did is I went through and I took a look at the 10 schools directly above Magic City who had the most similar free and reduced meals percentage, and the 10 schools directly below Magic City that had the most similar free and reduced meals percentage, because there, as I said, it's a very strong correlation between free and reduced meals and outcomes. Those 20 schools had all subjects proficiency percentage of 26.74. Magic City has 46.82. So when compared with the 10 systems closest to them on a with regard to free and reduced meals, they were 20.08% higher in student proficiency. So we can go back and look at this slide, the previous slide. I could go back and look at the previous slide. You can see that as a whole, their numbers are very similar to the state averages. But when you compare them, okay, you can see they're very similar to the state averages. But when you compare them to other systems, primarily high schools and other systems, their outcomes are substantially higher than those other systems with similar free reduced meal percentages. Now, other than all of that, everything else that I was going to talk about based on the quality of the presentations that have occurred already. If I went into any greater detail, it would be the Department of Redundancy Department. And I'm not going to do that too. So, but this is the data that we pulled together for Magic City, and I'm sure they're going to come up and expound on it to a greater degree than I just did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we ready?
Almost 1 second.
No, I don't want to. Slash.
Right.
Well, good afternoon now. Thank you to the commission for hearing our application and our presentation at today's hearing. Also want to acknowledge all of the people that have come in support of Magic City today. We have teachers, we have mental health staff, we have parents, we have advocates, we have all sorts of people who have shown up not only on Zoom, but in person. And I just want to say thank you all for your support in that. So without further ado, we'll get started here. I'm Patton Furman. I'm the principal and superintendent of the Magic City Acceptance Academy. Thank you, Dr. Thacker, for the information that you provided to us. We're going to get into a little bit more of why we believe that those numbers look so good and how our ability to reach students is working for us in our school. So I'm going to let everyone else on the panel here sort of introduce themselves. So Dr. Musgrove, do you want to?
Hi, Dr. Karen Musgrove, CEO. Hello, Valencia Moore, assistant principal. It's Kim Van Zandt. I'm a parent of a senior.
Will you go ahead and thank you so much.
So good afternoon. I'm Valencia Moore, and I've been in education for over 20 years. 18 of those years I spent in Birmingham City Schools. And in 2021, I decided to make a change and came to Magic City, where I taught 6th grade math and science. And after a short time in the classroom, I was given the opportunity to join the admin team as assistant principal, where I'm in that current role. So here's MCAA at a glance. We opened in 2021 of August, serving grades 6 through 12. We are a 100% tuition free with no student fees school. We provide strong student support and resources, which include small classroom sizes, computers, clothing, school supplies, and free field trips. Our dedicated staff consists of 26 teachers and 6 administrative team members. Our 3-story, 60,000 square foot building features a certified storm shelter, and we provide transportation for our students with 4 school buses. We also currently have 3 security staff on site every day to ensure the safe environment for our students. And we are blessed to have an on-site mental health suite to support our students' well-being with 1 licensed professional counselor and 3 social workers. Oh, and we have a wonderful facility dog, I'm sorry, Fire Lily that you see smiling in the picture in collaboration with Rover Chase Foundation. So our students at MCA represent 37 counties across the state, including cities such as Jasper, Prattville, Tuscaloosa, and Springville. We maintain a 100% student participation rate in school clubs, and 55% of our students qualify for free and reduced lunch. That same percentage are considered economically disadvantaged. 18% of our students are enrolled in our English learners or EL program. Our Magic City students have the opportunity to participate in dual enrollment through our partnership with Jefferson State Community College. And lastly, we are proud to offer 2 scholarships created solely for our seniors through the Connor Large Memorial Scholarship Fund and the Apollo Cares Foundation. You see that 29 of our students represent 10% of the student body. They have 504s. Compared to the national average, which is an average of 3.3, we have a large number of students that represent that 504 plans population.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Going back to that other slide, one thing that stands out to me, I hate podiums, I'm sorry. One thing that stands out to me in going through like how many students we have with 504s, how many students we have with EL, that are English language learners, how many students we have in dual enrollment. These are all things that we differentiate for. So all of these different groups are all doing well and making improvements based on what Dr. Thacker said and what we're going to show in a moment. But all of these groups are succeeding, and all of these groups, because of the way that we run school, are succeeding to different levels and different degrees. But it's the differentiation that we provide that allows for that. And that comes for me from our mission. So our mission is to facilitate a community of learners who are empowered to embrace education and to take ownership of their learning. For me, the mission is really sort of where the meat is at MCAA. We motivate and prepare students in providing exceptional, innovative, quality-driven education. Absolutely. Our purpose is to engage students who have dropped out of school, who have been disconnected from school in one way or another, who are just not thriving in traditional school. Maybe the school is gigantic and they're struggling to find their place. Maybe they're struggling to find connections with adults, which, being a smaller school, as most of the charter schools are, we have the ability to really get to know our students. And that is a big part of our instructional goal this year, is to get to know the students who are sitting in front of us so that we can teach them more directly to what they need, to what they have experienced in their life, and those sorts of things. So when we are looking at students, we are really focusing on the actual students who are sitting in front of us, and we're getting to know their experience and things of that nature. So the picture that you see down on the left there sort of, to me, exemplify, that is a mural that we have on the side of our stormatorium, is what we call it, but it is our storm shelter that we use for all sorts of things in our building. And there's Fire Lily there in the picture, and you see a diverse group of students. The information here is part of our renewal performance report. You see competitive growth in ELA, you see improvements in math, which is part of our goal, is in our ASIP, our continuous improvement plan. really dives into math achievement and math success, as well as reading goals and a culture goal, of course. All of our students are succeeding, like I said, at different rates, at different, in different ways. We use our space in a very creative way. We don't have a theater, but I would say 85 to 90% of our students are involved in the arts of some sort and performing arts. So we use that space, we turn it around, we make those things work. And I think Dr. Musgrove is going to talk a little bit more about how, what our plans are going forward to make that space a little bit more, conducive to those sorts of things. But right now, our students are happy. Our students are thriving. So some of the other things that were mentioned in our report are, that we have done all of the things that we're supposed to do. We have met all requirements for compliance monitoring. We have met requirements for the Charter Commission itself and for the ALSDE. We are doing the things that we're supposed to do, and our students are thriving. Our students are happy. So we can go ahead and go to the next slide. So these are some of the things that are going on, and I'm gonna kind of point you to the direction over to, this is one of our teachers who has received an award. And I will say that when I was driving over here, I got a lot of texts that, that were saying, you got this, we're going to do great on this, those sorts of things. And one of the texts from the teachers said, thank you so much for representing us. And I want to say that it is very easy to represent a group of people who love kids. And that is what we're about. Before anything else, we are about getting to know our students, treating them in a way that shows them respect and shows that they are meaningful to us. And so it is very easy to represent the people who work at MCAA who are here or on Zoom, even just, working at a camp that we have right now. We have participated and won awards in Trumbauer, which you see there. Our academic growth, you see, has grown over between FY23 and FY24. We moved up by a good 5%. We have been in the top 20 Alabama high schools over the past 3 years, according to schooldigger.com. We have participated in academic activities such as Scholars Bowl, History Bowl, things of that nature, where we compete with other schools, just like Trumbauer does for theater. So just a few things. We did receive accreditation last year. We're very proud of that. So we are an accredited school. We have the CPA thing there is represents that we have had clean audits from day one. We've never had a finding in any of our independent audits. And Math Nation is one of the curriculums that we are using to help improve our math scores, which, as they are across the state of Alabama, we are working on improving those math scores. So I think we can go to the next one, Karen. So some things that we do that are, you asked earlier, what are you doing in the classroom and what things are you doing out of the classroom? I will point some of these things out because I'm going to say first and foremost, right in the center there, you see our wellness team. 5 minutes. Oh, sorry. Goodness. That went by fast. Okay, I'll talk really fast. So our wellness team, we focus on mental health. We have 3 social workers and a mental and a therapist there full time. So that is part of what is important to us. We have a garden to take kids outside and learn science things. You see there, the Magic City Monthly is a newsletter that we have come out with where our students are writing and creating their own stories. And the pulp down at the bottom, that is our broadcast. It's like a news broadcast for our school, completely student run. So these are student run activities that we have for the most part. And I will let you, I'll hand it over to Karen. I'm sorry, Dr.
All right, that's okay. Luckily, we had a better explanation of our data, so we're gonna skip over our data because, I'm so proud of the numbers that were just presented, so thank you for that. Our board of directors are pretty incredible. We surround ourselves with brilliant educators who support us. Many of y'all know these names, Dr. Larry Contry, Dr. Ezra Shine, have years of experience in education. Dr. Tommy Bice as the Alabama State Supportive Education. They've been with us since the very beginning. Our parents, we are very represented by parents who are actually on the Zoom today. So I would like to point out that we come into this space with some really brilliant people who are supporting us, and thank them for that. We also are very lucky to have partners and collaborative partners who are coming into the school and working with our students. And we're always looking for new opportunities. The newest one this year is the A.G. Gadsden Boys and Girls Club. They're doing tutoring and an after-school program. So we're trying to pull from all the resources in our community to try to bring all these opportunities to our students. A financial overview, just really quickly. The collaborative agency with the Magic City is BAO. And we do have a BAO owns the lease title to the school, and we contribute over $1 million every year to the school. This is the commitment that BAO has made to the school. And I am the CEO of BAO and of MCAA, and that's what allows this partnership to exist. We also contract with New Schools for Alabama for all of our back office services, including accounting and payroll and federal and state drawdowns. And you can see from the renewal performance framework report that was provided to us, it clearly states that the indicators provide clear and convincing evidence that MCAA is meeting the financial expectations of the performance framework and can continue to deliver strongly on its mission without significant financial risk. Very proud of that. Real quick, I want us to point out in our new budget this year that 65% of our budget goes to instruction and instructional support. We're serious about it, and we want to continue to grow our teachers and instruction for the students. Only 5.4% of our expense is for general admission. So this is our financial budget. This is our budget for the end of for this fiscal year, and you can see that there is, if after all the expenses and the teachers and the social workers and mental health, that we do have, it's at a loss of 100,000, but that's okay because we have put money into all of these extra programs for the kids and mental health and teachers and computers and no fees. And that allows us to use our beginning fund balance of almost $400,000. So this is a very strong budget that Russell Rainey and I work on all year. And again, very proud that we can offer this. What's next for the next 5 years? Because we are here for a 5-year renewal. We have great plans. We are going to create a green space in front of the building, and we're going to expand into the adjacent building, which will include band rooms, theater, classrooms, administration, counseling. The design has been approved and rezoned by the city of Homewood. We want to expand our teachers and staff to increase to over 500 students. Mental health is very important to us, and we have a goal of providing a social worker for each grade. That is our main goal. We also want to increase marching band, soccer team, and a basketball team. And there was a report that was just released today that said the students in Alabama, the students' mental health is their biggest issue. And so expanding into mental health and social workers, top of our list of importance. And next, I'm going to turn it over to Kim Van Zant, who is.
Good afternoon. My name is Kim Van Zant, and I'm here today as a proud parent of Magic City Senior, my son Hayes. When Hayes was in public school in 9th grade, we were struggling. He was suspended multiple times for skipping class, vaping, and even fighting. He failed 2 classes that year and had to attend summer school. I can honestly say that at that point, I was worried about his future and whether he would even graduate. Everything changed when Hayes started at Magic City his sophomore year. Since enrolling, he has never been in trouble once. In fact, he was chosen as Student of the Month this month for his outstanding academic achievement and good behavior. That transformation didn't happen by accident. It happened because of the environment Magic City creates. In preparing for today, I asked Hayes what he loves most about Magic City. He told me that his teachers are more supportive than any others he has had, that they truly care about him, not just as a student, but as a person. As a parent, I've seen the difference that makes. His confidence has grown tremendously because of their encouragement and belief in him. We drive over 30 miles one way every day so that he can attend Magic City because it's that important. It's a school that believes in second chances and helps students realize their potential. Today, Hayes is taking a dual enrollment college English course and currently has an A. Considering he once failed his freshman English class, that's proof of just how far he's come and how much Magic City has helped him get there. Please know that renewing Magic City's charter means continuing to change lives like my son's. It means giving more kids the chance to discover their potential and their purpose. Thank you for your time and for supporting a school that truly makes a difference.
So thank you so much. Again, this is our mission that we strive for every single day. And like Dr. Furman said, we have amazing teachers and administrative staff who believe in this mission and believe in the students that we're here to serve. So thank you for being part of that narrative. We appreciate you.
Please pick up. Yeah, so there are 3 options before you, commissioners. You can have a motion to approve the renewal for 5 years. You can have a motion to approve for a shorter term, or lastly, you can have a motion to non-renew. Is there a motion? Okay, I make the motion to renew Magic City Acceptance Academy for a period of 3 years.
Second.
Is that Jocelyn Reddick? Or was it?
Commissioner Wheeler.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Any discussion? Logan, please call for the vote. Sheila Austin? Yes. Debbie Alvis? Baron Hollinger?
Yes. Point of order. Point of order.
Hold on.
Point of order.
Go ahead.
Just Mr. Knight.
Madam Chairman, I made the motion for 5 years and was cut off.
We didn't hear it. We did not hear it.
Well, I made the motion before Dr. Porterfield.
Oh. We can have it.
Yeah,
We didn't hear a motion in advance. I think the motion that is on the table now is a motion to approve for 3 years. That's been seconded.
Well,
if you want, you could propose.
There is a technical glitch. There's a technical glitch on the Zoom. I was first to make the motion.
Maybe he thought he was unmuted.
Yeah, I the only thing we can go on, and that's, part of the problem with.
Well, I object. I object strongly.
Okay, and I appreciate that, but the motion that we heard here today is motion to approve for 3, and seconded. It's certainly, if you want to move to amend the motion to 5, you certainly have that prerogative, and you can make that motion. That's one way to I think to go about this impasse, but the only motion that we heard here sitting at the table was the motion to approve for 3 years.
Dr. King?
Hold on.
All right, then I'd like to make an amendment and say that we approve for 5 years.
Stop this one.
Yeah, I think so, because there was a technical issue, so we can revote. So what we're gonna do, we have to finish the voting. What we're gonna do is hear the amendment. He's made a motion to amend the existing motion to approve for 3 to a motion to approve for 5. Need to be seconded. If it's seconded, then we'll have discussion and a vote on the amendment.
Second.
All right. I'm sorry, let me make sure I'm understanding. Mr. Knight is making a motion to amend 3 years to 5. He made the motion and Mrs. Wheeler, Commissioner Wheeler seconded. Is that correct?
That's correct. So that motion is now, the motion to amend is now on the table for discussion in debate, and then we'll have a vote on the motion for an amendment.
I'd like to hear why Magic City. I made the motion for 3 years. Commissioner Knight made the motion for 5 years. Let him speak on that as to his rationale for 5 years instead of 3.
I'll be glad to. They've got the financial support. They've got a good program. They've got the leadership. And again, we all agree that we're trying to create environments where students are educated. And obviously they're doing a good job of that. Unless some commissioner has a strong feeling as to why we should not do a regular 5-year like we've already done this morning for another school. I mean, you're free to speak, but I went to the school with several of you online, and I saw nothing that would cause us to have to restrict them to 3 years. So that's my reasoning for 5 years.
Call for the question. For the vote.
I think debate and discussion is still open at this time. If we do a call for the question, that actually has to be voted on and seconded. So I'm not sure that we want to do that at this point, and we don't have a second at this point.
Dr. Austin has a question for you.
I thought we had a second.
You did have a second.
On the call for the question?
No.
We got a
On
question.
the amendment.
We got a
On the
second
amendment.
What?
But not on the call to the question. That's to force a vote on the amendment.
Blaine, can you give us your opinion of what has happened so far? It's the fact that we've not gotten a request for a call for the motion. So where are we currently with this?
Okay, so we're still in debate discussion regarding the motion to amend to 5 years. So if there's no more debate or discussion on that particular issue, then we can proceed to a vote on that. So that's where we are.
Call for the vote
right now.
That's what I was calling for, a vote. We have a motion. Mr. Knight has expressed his concern. There were no additional concerns. I call for the vote.
Blaine, can you explain your concerns?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that given the technical issues that we just had, I wanted to make sure that everybody had a opportunity to discuss and debate the motion to amend that's on the table. But if there's no more debate or discussion on that, then it would be appropriate to move for a vote. I'm just trying to work with the Zoom and make sure everybody can voice any that they have.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any additional questions or concerns at this point?
Well, let Magic City explain what they would do. I made the motion for 3 years, but let Magic City explain if the commission votes for 5 additional years instead of 3, what can you all do with the additional 2 years?
Ask them to explain their change in mission and vision and why they can assure the commission that they need a mission.
Between the 5 years and the 3 years.
My question would be, so you talk a lot about your mission and vision and how it's like embedded and it's at the core of what you do. How long has that been your mission and vision?
Well,
what's written on the slide?
So we've always actively.
The wording of the slide.
Yeah.
How long has that been a mission?
So the recruitment of students who are not thriving in a traditional school setting has been our mission since day one, 6 years ago. We did change our mission a year ago to say a positive learning environment. So I will tell y'all that this application is a very, very arduous process that I would love to redo in 5 years and not 3. It also, given us 5 years, allows us to take a deep breath and to expand like we want to, And we have amazing plans to go, like I said, across the street. It's been approved by the city of Homewood. But when we're also looking at asking funders and contributors to invest in our vision and our dream, saying, well, we have 3 years versus 5 years tells a better story. And people say, okay, I can commit to 5 years, or I see the vision of 5 years. It just makes us, in my opinion, it gives us a stronger foundation that allows us to create stronger collaborations and to become a stronger school. 5 years just feels better. We are doing amazing things, and I want to project forward in our 5 years. And so I don't know if Dr. Furman has something else to say to that.
Yeah, I think with a term of 5 years, we're able to meet our academic goals that we are setting forth. I mean, we are continuing to improve year after year, but as far as getting, teacher retention and things of that nature, I feel like a 3-year term says something different than a 5-year term when I feel that we are succeeding. If there was some question of like, is there enough funding or is there something that's happening that would keep us from a 5-year contract? I understand that, but we would be able to really, you would see the changes in a different way in 5 years as you would in 3 years. And we are successful. I don't think, I feel, that's my opinion.
I hear everything you're saying.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
talk to us?
Yes, ma'am.
today where you are with the Divisive Act?
Yes, ma'am, I'll be happy to.
That could be the monster in the room right
Yes,
now.
ma'am.
People know about it, they heard about it, and we're looking at a 3-year.
Because of the Divisive Act?
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us why and what you've done.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely, yes, ma'am. So with we have from day one followed the law, and we will follow the law from for the rest of the time that we exist. We have had to make changes because of the Divisive Act, and we have followed the law to the letter. The commission has come to visit our school to make sure that we are doing the things that we're supposed to be doing according to that law. And we are doing
changes
those.
you have made.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I want.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
about the changes.
Yes, ma'am, I'll be happy to. So we have had to do things like repaint in certain areas, right? And I'll just say the thing that, that we're all thinking. I'm just gonna say the thing, and that is that we have had rainbows in our building because we are affirming to all people. And at some point, our mission was, it did include a segment that said we are affirming to LGBTQ people. We are still affirming to all people, but we have taken that out. We are affirming to all people. We are affirming to our Black students. We are affirming to our Hispanic students. We are affirming to our LGBTQ students, which are in every school in this state. So we have taken measures to not be divisive and to embrace all of the students that we have in front of us. I said originally, we really try to get to know our students and know who we are teaching so that we can teach them. And that is, regardless of what students are there. But we have repainted things. We have taken down maps that say Gulf of Mexico and replaced them with Gulf of America, because those are the things that we have been tasked to do to keep us from being quote unquote divisive. So we are following the law to the letter, and we treat our students, every single one of them, regardless of what category they fit into in this world, we are embracing them all.
And in doing those things, how do you notify the public you've done those?
I don't know that we have notified the public. It is a law and we are following the law.
We changed our mission statement. That is public information. It's put on our website. Our logo has changed. Everything, our parent student handbook, our teacher handbook, our mission, our vision, everything, our minutes for our board meetings, everything, our agendas, they're put on our website. So we are very publicly, accessible. You can find anything you want to about our school on our website. So we have not hidden anything, or we're not hiding from anything. We have immense respect for the law, the president, and the governor. So when the laws came down, when the executive orders came down, we have done everything we can to meet those executive orders and those laws. We are not here. That is not our mission to fight that. Our mission is to serve students.
We're here for kids, all of them.
Yeah.
So will your building be completed in 3 years?
No, ma'am. It'll be completed the next school year. So the zoning has been approved. It had to get rezoned, and the building design has been approved. So we basically have just been waiting for today. As soon as this is approved, actually, our building person is on the Zoom right now. So as soon as it is approved, we start tomorrow with the remodel of the second and third floor of the new building. So you'll go in, band room will be on one side, new theater will be on the other side. The third floor will be all classrooms and administration and mental health, new mental health rooms.
So 26, 27, you'll be in the new.
Yes. So like I said, the plan's already done. It's been approved by the city of Homewood, so.
Did this body approve another building? Did we approve this expansion?
That's it. Thank you.
What's your projected new enrollment next year?
So,
Go ahead.
so we'll do it slowly, probably projecting 300 to 400 with an ultimate goal of 500.
I'll say this, we've had schools in the past, I think Lead Academy comes to mind, and they're coming off, if I'm not mistaken, of a 2-year. That's right. So they came off of a 2-year renewal, and now they just got a 5-year renewal, and they had different kinds of issues. Yours are legal, you know, the Divisive Concepts Act and things like that. And so I think that may be some of the rationale behind it, is to make sure that like we can follow the law and do everything, and continue to do everything that we're supposed to do. But as far as serving the students, you know, 2 years, they've done a phenomenal job here at Lead Academy, I think. And as a testament to that, they got the 5 years. And so then maybe it's the same thing, but even 3 years more than more than they got, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. So 3 or 5 or 2 or whatever it's like, serve the kids and.
And new facilities do have to come before the commission.
Yeah. So I will say that we changed the mission statement, the vision, the logos. We changed everything because of the law. We didn't because y'all came to us and said, you have to change it or else, you know, like we are part of this conversation. Like it became a law, we made immediate changes. And so we don't see ourselves as being divisive because we did exactly what was asked of us by the law. And we didn't fight it, we didn't do anything, we just changed because that's what was required. So we've never really caused an issue that where y'all had to come forward and say, you need to do this, you need to do this. We did it, and then now we're sharing it. So.
I mean, to be fair to the record, the commission did send a letter in March of 2025 requiring compliance to the Divisive Concepts Act.
Yeah. But when the commission asked us to change the maps, we did it the next day. So we've never fought anything that y'all have asked us to do, ever.
And those changes were happening before the letter.
Yeah, our mission was already changed before the letter.
We just want to continue to serve our students.
Okay, can we call for the vote now?
My hand is up.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dr. Austin's.
We're done. Well, all right, so to be clear, I think it sounds like we're done with debate and discussion on the motion to evaluate. I'm sorry.
My hand is up, Lane.
Okay, all right.
So Lane and Logan, it is my understanding that if we issue a period of performance for a school, we have the right also to pull it back if they don't make the achievements. Is that correct?
That is correct, and I will say, I prepare resolutions for every school in advance. I don't know what the commission's going to do, so there's one for every option you may take.
Correct.
However, in the resolution to approve a term, whether it be 5-3 or something else,
Yes.
I have included a section that says, pursuant to Alabama Code 16-6F-8C1, which gives the commission the right to renew a school with conditions imposed. And this says, pursuant to that act, MCA's charter to operate a public charter school is renewed on the condition that MCAA maintains strict adherence throughout its charter term to Alabama law, specifically including, without limitation, Alabama Code 41-190. MCAA's failure to strictly comply with this condition for renewal shall subject the school to possible sanctions up to and including revocation. And 41-190 is the Alabama Divisive Concept Act. And what's that saying is, I'll also say we've worked with all the schools that are up for renewal to put in place a renewal charter contract. That charter contract that we have agreed to in principle, or it hadn't been, obviously we won't execute it if they're not renewed.
Right.
But if they are, that renewal charter contract does facially comply, in my opinion, with the Alabama Divisive Concept Act. So there's facial compliance, in my opinion, in the renewal charter contract. The resolution would include that language as well, requiring compliance with the act, which I think they understand. It's a law, whether it's in there or not, it needs to be complied with. But I think that's a recognition from the commission that it's important, and that the commission intends for them to follow that. Whether that's ultimately done in practice, it is something that can't be predicted now. But as it stands right now, the renewal charter contract is compliant. The mission and vision, in my opinion, are compliant with the Alabama Divisive Concept Act.
Okay, thank you. So if we were to issue a 5-year contract to a school, if they're not performing and for some reason we find them negligent in the obligations that they've made to us as a state commission, we can always make a different decision. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
So
we have to go through revocation proceedings.
Right. I've been,
and there's a process leading up to that where they would have an opportunity to remedy the defect. But your thought process is exactly correct.
So with that said, commissioners, as a state level commission, we're not a local school board. When schools bring forth to us a legitimate proposal, and short of any major negatives or findings against their performance, why wouldn't we present them with the option of 5 years to give them a chance to breathe and work forward to their growth and accomplishments?
Thank you, Commissioner, for saying that.
That is the opinion of each commissioner.
It is an opinion. I'm just asking.
Or the authority to say, why would we not? The fact is they're personal, right? And that's why we have the ability to vote.
Okay, then I call for the vote.
That's the way we get out.
All right, so I think we're done from what I understand with debate and discussion. To be clear, what we're voting on now, there was a motion and a second on a motion to approve the renewal for 3 years. There was a motion to amend the renewal to a 5-year renewal term. That was seconded as well. So what we're voting on right now is whether the original motion will be amended from a 3-year term to a 5-year term. So that's the current vote. Once we have that vote, then we will go vote on the original motion, whether it is amended or not. Everybody understand?
One quick question. So you have the painters that are there waiting for you to give them a yay or a nay?
Oh, no, the
What?
builders, the builders, yes.
So, and they'll, how long will it take?
The goal
To
is
make the
August.
changes that you want to have made, so you're in total compliance with any and everything.
Oh, no, ma'am, we've been in compliance.
So you're all set.
Oh,
Everything is
oh, yes,
changed.
ma'am. Oh, we made those changes as soon as the law was the law. We made those changes. We repainted everything. No, I'm talking about the builders are ready to expand, into our new theater space.
Are you still doing professional development with the teachers that you have there as well as this? So you are.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, and we have a instructional coach too, who's working specifically with the teachers. And really focusing on individuals who may not have a teaching, lots of experience. That is their, they started last year, and we've actually expanded that for this year as well, because it was going so well. So it is a constant, teacher development, student development.
Thank you. You will need to come up with a commission about the.
We will, I promise. We will not do anything until, I think we've been so focused on this that, but yes, we will do that. See you next month.
We are voting on the amendment to whether to change the renewal term from 3 year to 5 years. So that's what we're voting on right now.
Sheila Austin,
3 to 5.
yes. Debbie Alvis. Baron Hollinger,
Yes.
Ryan Kendall,
No.
Lakeisha Wheeler,
Yes.
Sharon Porterfield,
Yes.
Dorothy Houston,
Yes.
Marla Green, Charles Knight,
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty,
Yes.
Jocelyn Reddick. Jocelyn Reddick.
She's not on.
She's gone, I guess. The county,
And I'm sorry, I missed what Wheeler said.
Wheeler was
Yes.
yes, she was a yes.
And Alvis did not respond.
Alex did not respond.
Okay, then I have 2 no's and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yes.
Passes. So now the original motion has been amended to change from a 3 year renewal term to a 5 year renewal term. So right now, unless there's further discussion or debate, we will vote on whether to grant the motion to or to approve the motion to renew Magic City for 5 years.
Okay, Sheila Austin,
Yes.
Debbie Alvis, Baron Hollinger,
Yes.
Ryan Kendall,
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler,
Yes.
Sharon Porterfield,
Yes.
Dorothy Houston,
Yes.
Marla Green,
No.
Charles Knight,
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty,
Yes.
Jocelyn Reddick. I bet she's out. So it passes.
Thank you. And it's someone who's been here from the beginning. I want to say thank you so much, and we're gonna make you proud. And we are doing amazing things, and we want you to be part of that. We want you to come visit, and we want you to see our amazing staff, teachers, and students. So thank you so much.
We will have the consideration of the resolution.
Right. And the resolution's been circulated, so check your emails. But just to reiterate, it does include, the one you have does include the statement that I referenced earlier regarding compliance with the all aspects of Alabama law, specifically including the Alabama Divisive Concept Act.
And the fascism.
Anyone that speaks out will have to leave.
Yeah. The resolution. Are y'all ready? No, they have a second to Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution.
I'll make the motion to approve the resolution.
That's a.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
Oh.
You were, thank you.
Further discussion?
All right. Sheila Austin,
Yes.
Debbie Alvis, Baron Hollinger,
Yes.
Ryan Kendall,
Yes.
Lakeisha Wheeler.
Yes.
Sharon Porterfield,
Yes.
Dorothy Houston,
Yes.
Marla Green. Yes. Charles Knight,
Yes.
Cynthia McCarty,
Yes.
Jocelyn Reddick. It passes unanimously. Now.
Yes, Logan, please, it's okay.
Well, I have exciting news. You've probably seen it in the paper or online. But the Charter Schools Commission has been awarded a nearly $30 million grant. I would like to take this opportunity to give you our 4 project objectives. Increase community environments where charter schools can be successful. Increase the number of high-quality charter schools. Improve the quality of the charter school sector and increase the impact of charter school innovations. So we also have many wonderful project activities in store. And also we have many directives in our grant that will be that will need to be followed. And as Lane and I discussed earlier, I'll be asking the commission for some ability to make sure that what we said in the
Have a
grant.
seat.
actually
All right,
works.
well, I'll let you know when I know.
I'll ask them.
Okay, thank you.
Some things that I have to do by the virtue of the charter school.
Hello, dear.
For example, please remove whoever's talking.
We are trying.
If, right. But we'll have to have some flexibility. We will have to have a project director. And we will have to have a financial person as well as several community liaisons hired. We will also have some requirements for an evaluator, external evaluator, which case I will have to be able to go out and apply the federal grants in the way that we said that we would in the grant. So I'll be asking that flexibility from the commissioners. And we may have to change the bylaws and giving me more ability to use the federal grants for the way they were intended.
Question.
So yes,
What was the discussion about? What will we show?
yes, we win it and we got it. Yes, we did. So, so now we're going to implement that grant. So I'm asking for some flexibilities and some, maybe perhaps a couple of changes in the bylaws that Lane said that would be needed in order for to be able to react timely to the requirements of the grant. And that will be next month. Thank you.
Just an addendum to that. Thank you, Logan, and the committee that worked with you to see that well done.
Thank you. And I have to commend my staff. They worked overtime to make sure that we got that grant in on time. And to the people that helped me get through that, people out in our world in Alabama, and those folks in DC that made it happen, and the U.S. Department of Ed. Thank you for the confidence that you showed in us, and to our external evaluators. Many thanks for seeing that we have a great plan and we were ready to make a difference in Alabama. For our students. Yes. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you very much for coming this afternoon. Thank you for accommodating. Thank you so much, Martin, for accommodating us and for your faculty, staff, and for all of you that are here. And I want to close with saying this. I don't believe there's not one person in this room that does not support and stand for children. If we did not, none of us would be sitting here at this point. Sometimes the way we have to do it and the way it has to happen is not our desire. We don't write the laws. Our job is to adhere to the laws and make sure that they are being followed. So I say to each of you, keep your heads high and let's not stop. There's work yet to be done.
Adjourned.
All right.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye. Can they-
Can I say something?